Hello, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Zambia. Good evening, Europe. Good evening, wherever you're watching us from. My name is Regina Mukondola, as usual, moderating this wonderful meeting tonight. And I want to welcome each one of you. Thank you so much for finding time to join us today. So you're welcome, Germany chapter, you're welcome, Italian chapter, wherever you are, welcome. Today, we have a special guest with us, and this is no other than a greater person than District Commissioner Mrs. Rosa Zulu. I will ask her to introduce herself because we are running out of time today. We started a little bit late, so please forgive us for that. But Mrs. Rosa Zulu, who is the District Commissioner, will be joining us, and I'll pass the floor to her right away, immediately, actually, so that she can introduce herself. But after her, then I'll let you know our topic for tonight, which will draw a lot of interest from each one of you. Mrs. Rosa Zulu, please, you can take the floor, and welcome to the program today. Have we lost her?
I can't see her either. Just hold on.
Isaac, if you're speaking, you're on mute.
I see. I was just saying carry on until we get her back.
Okay, so we have had an interesting week. The floods we are talking about today. We have had the president going to the president. We saw him on the Copper Belt. We need to discuss that. It was interesting to see him walking in that rain. He was receiving showers of blessings. So with that, I think that will drive us directly into the program and see what we can get from the district commissioner and learn more about the floods, how we have dealt with our own floods in Zambia, and we'll move from there. So I don't know whether she's back online, unless if Madam Nancy, the vice chair, you would like to say something, and we'll take it up from there as we wait for the district commissioner to join us, please. Madam Nancy.
Thank you very much, Madam Moderator. Very well put. That Zambia has been very blessed this year, and as you all know, that with these blessings came also a very difficult situation with the floods in our country. And this is not only in Zambia. So then this flood I also experienced within our neighboring countries. But we are going to focus more maybe today on the situation in Zambia, the difficulties that our people are experiencing, and how we can be able to help. The objective of this chapter here in German is actually to help and try to, try to find solutions to the problems that are prevailing at home. And that's why today we decided to bring in the district commissioner so that she can give us what is really obtaining, give us the breakdown of what is obtaining on the ground, so that we can see how we as a chapter can be able to help. But we seem not to, we have a little technical problem here with the connection with our with the DC. No, I think she's here now. Thank God. I think she's here, Madam Moderator. Maybe we can.
I think she's here, and
we're getting a very bad feedback. If here, then we can get we can be able to understand the situation on the ground. Thank you so much, Madam Moderator. You can take it up, please.
Thank you so much, Madam Vice Chair. Thank you very much. And I can see that we might be having in and out of service with the DC, but please bear with us. I know when she comes on, she'll be able to chaff us with the information of what is obtaining on the ground in Zambia concerning the floods. Madam DC, you're welcome. I won't take so much of your time. Please go ahead and let us know about what is happening. We are talking about the floods. How have we been affected? How can we help ourselves before we help others? So what is the actual situation on the ground, please? If you can take it up, and welcome to the program.
Thank you so much. Good evening. Hello.
Good evening to you, ma'am.
We are sorry. I think network is failing us, but all the same. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. We can get you speak.
We can hear you.
Oh,
Go
okay,
ahead.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you so much for bringing this nice program. I'm really humbled. Whoever thought about this, you don't know how excited, how happy I am. I'm saying thank you so much, you guys outside there. It's like you are in Zambia. When you are not here, I feel the spirit, we are together. Thank you so much. Surely in Zambia, we have a lot of flood victims.
Excuse me, DC, maybe just briefly before you go into the topic, if you can just introduce yourself so that people, they know who you are, just very briefly, please.
Okay, thank you so much. I was just trying to go direct to the question, to the to the interview. Okay, I'm Rosa Kayuni Zulu. I'm Rosa Kayuni Zulu, the DC for Lusaka district in the Lusaka province. Hello, we are there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. I am 55 years old. As you can see me, I'm 55 years old. I've been, I can say that I did my primary school here in Lusaka province at Chilanga Primary School. I did my secondary school at Maturo Girls. I did my course at Ideal College of Commerce. I worked in several companies until I found myself in politics. I joined politics. I was a supporter since inception, but when I saw that I could not hide anymore, I decided to just come out fully. In 2011, when we had the general election, where may his soul rest in peace, President Michael Chilufya Sata is the one who took it, who won. After that, at the time when UPND was not favorable, was not good for anyone, after losing the elections, that's when I became so active. I just said, I'm going to join politics now. We had a by-election in Mazabuka, Magoe constituency, where I started my campaign, and that was my first experience. I said I'm going to campaign, and I did so. And I made sure that I campaigned to the fullest, where I had to use my own resources, my own vehicle, and everything. We got it. From there, just from Mazabuka, when I came to Lusaka, I found the letter was waiting for me. Everyone was just asking, who is this woman? who is this woman? Until they just said, you are going to be the provincial chair lady. You can imagine, I didn't even know what it meant to be a chair lady. I refused it 3 times, but I was forced by Honorable, by then Capita was the vice president. He made sure that I had to be the chair lady, which I never even knew what it meant. You know, sometimes, most of the time, when you just join a new family, others tend to reject you. Others were saying, where is she coming from? They talked ill, everything. But others were saying, no, it is well. Let us just take on her. Because they saw what I did, how I campaigned in Magoy. Sure, at the end of the day, I got the position. I became the chair lady for UPND, Lusaka province. I was there. We were beaten. We were arrested. All sorts of things happened to us, but we never gave up. I had a very powerful team of women. Others just left, but I said, I'm not going to stop. I'll go on until I see Mr. Haga in the Hijilema be a president. People are even telling me to say I was a dreamer. My friends, most of my friends could laugh at me. They said a lot of things. By then I was doing my business, going out to Dubai, South Africa. They laughed, they teased at me. When we were in a bus, people could always say, what does she think she can do? I did not give up. When I just became a savage, it was in 2020 when I just decided, when no one could come out and stand to say, let's go out there in our regalia. I was beaten in May. I think most of you had seen me. I was beaten at City Market, Soweto Market, where I had gone to buy some things. I was just wearing a red shirt where I was beaten badly with my friend, who happens to be the provincial chair lady now, Madam Angela Muka. 2 of us were really beaten. My car was smashed, but we managed to come out. Just after that, I just said, okay, October 2019, I was beaten at Soweto. By 2020, March, I just said, Mr. President, sir, we are going to march. He said, you cannot do that. Madam, look at the way how the PF is behaving. They will kill you. I said, Mr. President, we are going ahead. I know from the time I became a chair lady, I've never disobeyed your instruction, but this is the time when I'm going to go my own way. He said, you can't take the women in those hands of PF thugs. I said, Mr. President, that is the time when you should prepare. If they will kill all of us, then you have to get ready to bury all of us. But this is the time when I want to know if truly UPND is on the ground. He just said, anyway, it's like now we have just decided. Anyway, madam, I'll leave you with my wife, who happens to be the first lady today, Madam Tinta. For real, she gave us Ligaria. He gave us some money for transport. My national chair lady, by then, national chair lady, Mrs. Kabuiku, had not even accepted. She told me off to say, if you are beaten, find your own hospital, find your own means, no security, no what will not help you. I just said, it is well. Whoever will be beaten, we will know where to take them. If it means again to be beaten at these hospitals, we will just continue. We went ahead. We did not sleep. We went ahead. You saw the march which we had in 2020 as women. I was leading them, though I was scared to say no one should be beaten. If anyone will be beaten, I'll be on my own, as the president says it today. He told us, From that time, we saw that people really were with us. And then we got charged. That is how I became very, very known by people. Wherever I moved, they could call me chair lady, chair lady. That is my background of politics. But then during campaigns, I was there, Lusaka. I ran like a headless chicken. I went to Kafue, I went to Chongo. I made sure in my province, as a chair lady, I wanted nearly all the MPs to win the elections. And that is what I did. You go where Kafue, they will testify to you to say I did my best. That is me being a DC for Lusaka. Even when I was appointed to be DC, I could not believe it. Because me, I wanted to remain as a politician, still campaigning. But I just said, who am I? If the boss, His Excellency, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, can tell me to say I should work in Lusaka, then I'll do politics together with the government work. Here I am. Surely I'm now a civil servant. I am the DC for Lusaka. It is very rough to be in Lusaka. To be a DC for Lusaka, it's really tough. But
Yes,
I have
that's
to.
why, Madam DC, that's why we want you here today to tell us about these battles that you have fought, not only around Zambia, but in Lusaka and where the floods are. So we know you're doing such a great job. We are so proud of you, and we can't be more honored than we are today to have you on this program. So since you are now the Julia Chikamoneka of modern times, can you tell us about the floods that are engulfed the whole country, I should say? We have videos. I don't know whether Isaac, you can play a video where the president went to visit the flood victims in Matero before our DC could continue on the battle, because this battle hasn't even started. I am sure we'll join forces with you for you to really achieve the vision of the president, and that vision that translates into all of us looking at the same vision. But Isaac, do you have a video of floods for us? I don't know whether Isaac can hear me.
I can hear you. Let's carry on. The video is not prepared.
Okay, all right. Okay, we'll carry on. Madam DC,
Okay,
which part in Lusaka especially, which one do you think was badly affected, and what do they need, and how many people lost their houses? What are you doing in that line to help them?
Okay. Most parts of Lusaka experience flooding during rainy season. Most of you know very well how things happen in Zambia. This is mainly due to heavy rains, low topography, and the highly permeable limestone sitting on the bedrock, which gets saturated. You know very well Lusaka how it is. Lusaka has a population of slightly about 3 million. All of us, we know very well. After the census, we have about 3 million people who reside in an area demarcated in 7 constituencies. Out of Kanyama, Kanyama, Wama, for now we have Kanyama, Wama, and Kawata.
Sorry, DC.
Hello? Hello?
May you please kindly mute yourself so that we can hear the DC, please, because there's a feed from your area. Please check if your mics are muted so that we can listen to the DC. Thank you. Madam, you can continue, please.
Oh, okay. Lusaka's geographical nature poses a great challenge in the fight against floods, as it is generally formed on an improving slope. Faced with such a challenge and coupled with the people's general lack of awareness of knowledge, you can imagine in most cases, you find that when it rains, we have a lot of floods, especially in Kanyama, in Chawama. You know, what is happening in Kawata constituency. When we visited Chawama, I think most of you saw that I visited Chawama before the president. I visited Kanyama. I visited all the constituencies, the 7 constituencies. But I saw it. I saw that it was very important for also the president, our president, to visit these areas. After he visited Namwala, he visited Eastern Province. I thought also where he lives, where we live, he should also come and see exactly what is happening. Surely he visited these areas, and he was also very shocked because he was just seeing on camera to say Lusaka is like this, it's flooded. Some houses were up to the roof level. I think you saw what was happening. It was really touching. It is something which you cannot believe to say people were living in these houses. They are not there anymore. Victims, but out of the 300, we have critically 94 who are supposed to be relocated. They are supposed to be taken to dry land. Their houses are submerged. We have 94 of them. Then we have also a clinic, which is up to now, they have not yet started using it. It's really bad. And then in Chawama, we have 400, and in total, we have 1,203 affected. But it's serious, we have 625. Out of those 625, only 413 accepted to be relocated. These others, they don't even want to hear. They are saying, no, our children, what about school, what have you? But we went on the ground, talked to them. Finally, we have a number of about 413. Then for Kanyama, we had more than 700, but only 148 accepted to be relocated. In total, we have about 5 people who are supposed to be relocated. After the president's visit, make sure that those people provide with tents. We could not implement. How do I go and live at stadium? People land at a Hero Stadium. So people like those coming from Chawama, they could not agree. So we said, okay, that's better. Then what we are doing right up now, we suggested that maybe we can help them by just telling them to look for better places where they can rent, go and rent. So for Kawata, we said go and look for houses. Right up now, they're busy looking for houses, and others they have already found. It's just a matter of paying. I think starting from tomorrow or the other day, we are going to be paying the victims so that they can relocate. And then also in Kanyama, also in Chawama, at the moment, that is what we are doing. Otherwise, the total number of affected people, it's 1,765. All those houses are affected. We have managed to, before giving them the finances, we have managed to dish out foodstuffs. We have, like in Mandevu last week, I was in Mandevu. Also those areas, though we have 7 constituencies, 3 are critically affected. These the other 4, they are also bad. not to the extent of these other 3 constituencies. So like Mandevu, we managed to give them foodstuffs. Also Kanyama, last week we were giving. Today, as I'm talking to you, I was just giving Chawama. Tomorrow I'll be in Kawata, though Kawata is very tricky because the Kawata people, they are just interested to be relocated. For the food stuff.
In such situations, do you ever get help from other district commissioners from different provinces who come on board to help your constituency, or are you doing this alone as Lusaka-based problem, so to say?
It is just Lusaka. It is just Lusaka with the help of DMM, as you can see. The DMM are doing it. I do it myself on my own. And the problem, like in Lusaka, we have a lot of stakeholders here in Lusaka. But the problem, most of these people, what they do, instead of coming to my office to come to maybe share ideas and other things, they would prefer going either to the minister or permanent secretary. And most of them, they want, when they come to me, they want direct, I take them to the president so that the president can know what they have done. But it's not supposed to be like that. They're supposed to come to me, and me working with them, it will just show to the public, even the president will notice to say, these people are good people, they are working with the first office of government. But it's not like that. Most of them, when they come to me, they want to, no, I want to take us to the president, which is not right.
I think you're the first responders, and I think people should come to you, and then you move in that line. Any comments from the panelists? Anybody who has something to say before the DC continues on what the figures that she has given us? Anybody? Evans?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, if you can up your volume.
Hello, is this much better?
Maybe closer to the mic.
Speak up, we're hardly hearing.
Yes.
Much better now?
Oh, yes, excellent. Thank you. Go ahead.
It's great to meet you, DC Kayuni, and I'm really thrilled with your background, really thrilled. You're really a warrior. And I'm so happy to hear that you even ask those that are affected with the floods to start looking for accommodation, and you're going to pay for them. I think this is happening for the very first time since I started hearing as a youth about the floods in Zambia. My name is Ivan Sulukomana, based here in Germany and part of the European chapter. And my question is, I know that what you're doing is a great commendable job. What assurance and what are you working on to ensure that such floods come? Of course, rains are going to come, windstorms are going to come, shall never cease. These are natural things. But what are you doing to ensure that in the forthcoming years, when it rains, cats and dogs, everything is going to be intact? There shall never be such floods. Because I remember, and I'm happy you mentioned the Kanyama and Chaoma. That time I was a young boy in the 80s during UNIP. We heard of the Kanyama disaster. People died, houses were lost and stuff. And government after government, there was such kind of a repetition. So shall we see a stop to it all through our new dawn government, UPND, so that next year, after next year, we shall just be discussing things as the history?
Thank you so much. That's a very good question. The assurance is there. You know very well, New Dawn government has no dull moments. We are here to save the people. We are not here for jokes. This is the reason why you hear the president every time he's talking about if you are corrupt, if you are found with corrupt mind, then you will not be with the New Dawn government. To tell you the truth, as I'm talking to you, yes, there are other things which I could not mention. One, when we saw that we had a lot of pressure, and then the water was flooding, that we could not manage it, like in Kamwala. We engaged ZNS, ZAF, and police to help us to put up drainages. They helped us with equipments. As I'm talking to you right up now, equipments are on the ground. They are doing something, which at least we are saying we are moving somewhere. And there are engineers, as I'm talking to you, there are engineers right up now who are making sure that they know, they put up something to make sure that these problems are sorted out. New Dawn government, we mean well. And what I can assure you is that our government will not sleep. Every time we'll make sure that we follow the problems until they are attended to. Today, after giving out food in Chawama, we had a meeting at cabinet where we are discussing the same. We are discussing and we are busy making sure that we engage people who can help us to the fullest so that these problems are sorted out. Otherwise, we are assuring you that with the resources available, things you see them moving. And there's just one thing which I need to be very sure at the moment I cannot confirm to you. There's a company which has come on board who are doing the research. They want to give they are giving proposals how we can manage those floods. One, like in Kamwala, some of these things we should just come out and then say them. We had people who were very great. If you see where those houses which are emerged in the water, if you see where they are, you can even tell that they are in a ditch. It's like they were digging sand when they just started building around Kamwala South. But someone goes there to sell a plot. And even the person who was buying, they could not tell to say, this plot will give me problems. They just went in, bought plots and built. They are just in the ditch. How do you expect such places just to release water just like that? Anyhow, it's like a plate. It's like a dish where they built the houses. It's like a dish. So that one, they are saying they need to relocate those people permanently. They are looking for land. Yesterday, on Friday, I'd called the MP for Kawata so that he can start looking for land for his people, because we know there's land there, which is, I think they can offer that one so that people can be given, they build better houses. That one completely should be removed and then they put up, because it looks like maybe someone just comes in to do something rather than making it like a residential area. Otherwise, the MP is busy looking for land for his people. And then we are working on the drainages. They are saying we need to put up big drainages all over. Some people built it where water was passing. You find it's a natural stream. Someone just comes to say, no, buy this plot. Because these people, these people, you know, sometimes when I say these people, you know who I'm talking about. They're just selling plots anyhow. You are just sleeping, you wake up in the morning, you find they have sold your plot. There was too much lawlessness. So this is the reason why we are saying where the streams were passing, let them just put up a natural drainage which will save our people. Otherwise, be rest assured that soon and very soon, New Dawn government is going to do the best. And all those who are making noise, they'll keep quiet because we mean well.
They are
With
already
the
keeping
support
quiet
of few
bit by
people there.
bit by bit. They are keeping quiet,
Yes.
Madam DC. And having spoken about the drainage system, I think it's a domino effect here. That's how I see it. If we don't clear the existing drainage systems that people are using, as well as garbage disposal systems, because I have noticed along Ring Road, there is so much garbage, such that in the night, there are some people who even go ahead to burn that that garbage. And in the night, honestly, those houses, my sister has a house in Livala, and my uncle lives in that New Kasama area. When they burn those things, the pollution is really, really, really bad. You can't sleep at night. So is the problem the drainage? We are talking about floodation right now, which is seasonal. After this, we'll start talking about something else. We'll have the cold. Then we'll have the season when there is malaria. So the problems keep on going on. What is the permanent solution for this? I know we are planning on moving people to better places where the rivers do not pass. What is the permanent solution? As your own about the outdated town planning that was there before you and I were born, because we are the same age, you know? So is there anybody who has thought about working on the way the town was planned to evade all these problems? Is this something that you are discussing at your level, so that we put these problems behind? Thank you.
Like you know, even today we are discussing about this. It is true that the time we are growing, as we have said, you are my age mate, but you look very young. Me, is it because you are out there? You are not stressed with work. Me, I'm working too much.
I'll help you.
We discuss nearly every day, every time we discuss how we can bring back a true Lusaka, which we knew. As you have seen, we are moving. Lusaka is moving. If you see, it's like moving towards Chongwe, towards the Kabwe, somewhere there. Right up now, I can tell you to say there's a new Lusaka. But we are not saying we will chase people to New Lusaka or where. But what I can only tell you is that, as you said, what we are doing about those people who are throwing garbage, burning during the night, what have you, you are very correct. Even the day when the president was going around, you saw where our last point was in Mungi Road, where we had that garbage, the huge garbage. But today, I can proudly tell you to say the garbage is no longer there. It's gone. It is gone. Truly, I've seen people being engaged. There are so many people who have come on board, like they want to be recycling. So they are inviting, we have been discussing that they are inviting people who are going to be recycling. Others, I don't know, others were saying they can make, how do you call it? Manure for the garden, eh? So otherwise, there are so many people who are coming with ideas. As for now, they're just bringing in ideas, but there's a team which was set aside, which are looking into those issues. Even today, Council was just telling me to say there's a company which came here like last week from South Africa. They also want to be engaged so that they can share ideas how we can get rid of these garbages. Otherwise, be rest assured that we are not just seated. New Dawn government, we are doing something. It's unfortunate that, you know, we have taken power when there are so many problems. Instead of us putting things in place, we are busy mending what we have found which are not correct. You know, in these offices, I can surely tell you to say we have a lot of these people who still believed in the last regime. They don't believe in working. They believe in just getting money. So like when you see all those holes, they feel very bad that they will bring you down. Even me, I can tell you that at one time I was almost brought it down, but I just said, oh no, me, I can also, as our president says, calculate where you are heading to, and you definitely know what is about to happen. Otherwise, we really have people who don't mean well in these offices. They have seen New Dawn is doing good, but they feel very bad because they were used just to not to get a salary only, but they were used to get a salary and stealing where they could get even ghosty workers. Someone is paying someone who supplied the air. So we have a lot to do a firefighting. Otherwise,
yes.
we
Madam
really have a
Nancy,
problem.
do you want to come in and see? You have a question for the DC?
Yes, actually, I do. Madam DC, I have a question. Actually, it's a contribution and a question at the same time. In connection with Mr. Lukomona's question, I wanted to find out, because the president had also talked about water harvesting. So when we are trying to correct this problem, we also looking, because these rains, as much as they are problematic, and we have this problem of waters in the Kariba, and we complain all the time. As we know, the people before could use such derogatory remarks about the lower water in the Kariba. So are we channeling this water for the good where we harvest it, so that at the time when we don't have, we'll have something that we harvested, instead of just, getting rid of it, or I don't know what we are doing with these waters that we have now. It is a blessing in disguise. It has done a lot of damage, but at the same time, I think we could make good use of it.
Okay, thank you so much. For example, I can give you a very good example. We have in Kanyama, that water which is being opened from Kamwala, it passes through town, it goes to Kanyama. So Kanyama becomes so flooded, especially when it rains. Even now, you cannot tell that there are no rains, though it rained today. Water is just flowing. Where is that water coming from? It's coming from Kamwala, Kawata constituency. It comes in Kamwala. It goes up to Lusaka West, somewhere where they have put up a 70-70 road. That 70-70 road, there's 55 road and also 70-70 road. The 70-70 road, what they have done, they have opened the underground there, and then they have allowed the same water to be flowing there. But now, you're very much correct, like you are here. You know what? Where they opened the water, it was just open like that. It had nowhere to go. It's just flooding, again making a problem in Kalundu, in Chilanga constituency. So at the moment, what we are also discussing is that we are going to, there's somewhere where it's like it's flat in Chilanga, just after the road closes in 70-70 road. That is where they are planning to put up a dam where they are saying we are going to be harvesting water. So that water can still be used. We can make it, we can make use of that water, because if all waters are going to be directed to that direction, then we'll have something tangible, or people may be doing a lot of things, because there are people who are ready to do farming, and other things, fish, aqua, the keeping of fish, and other things. Otherwise, we are planning all those, it's in place. We are discussing. All that is being discussed. I know people were saying, there's, okay.
Yeah, go ahead, ma'am.
No, I remember people quite already, they were saying, no, there's no water in Kariba, there's no what. So these are the things which we are looking into to see how best we can make sure that we don't run out of water. Otherwise, we are working on that one.
Okay, thank you very much. Maria, I saw your hand up.
Yes, good evening, moderator. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Good evening, Madam DC Kayuni. Thank you very much.
Good evening, thanks.
Thank you very, oh yes, I'm connected today in Zambia, but I'm a member of the UPND Europe chapter. I live in Italy, yes. I'm home and I'm following you from home. Yes. Yeah, I'm actually happy that I came down to come and address one of the problems we have. This is in West Management, and I think I'm going to call on it onto your office. Me too, I've been to other offices, because today, after you talked of how important it is to touch your office in order to be guided and then to start going up, I'm so what I would want you to tell us today is maybe some of the functions you have, because as UPN and the Europe chapter, what we want is really to give a hand where we are, where we can, and kindly tell us how or maybe which areas your office which areas your office works, handles. Yes, and what else did I put? Yes, you've also talked about how many people now are coming to give a hand, like some companies from South Africa and ABCD. It's really nice to hear that something is moving towards these problems we've had. And we're, well, talking on behalf of the group, I think co-owners will be there to give a hand where we can. Now tell us about your functions of the office. Will be knocking. Thank you, Madam.
I think there's something I missed. She was breaking. I think I didn't get her properly. Thank you so much, Maria. Otherwise, I really appreciate. I think you have seen my office has been there. My office is ready at any time. My office, when you come, even today, even tomorrow you come or any other day, the time you're going to come to my office, you'll be very shocked. My office is like a hospital. Every time you find there's a queue going up to outside somewhere there. The thing is that it is office number 1. I'm representing the president in the Lusaka district. I'm the president of Lusaka district. So whatever problems and other things, and I'm not restricted like it is the other offices. My office is very open. At any time, someone will come in or go out. It's only that I've just put up a program. At first, I didn't have any program with my office. I could just allow people coming every day, but I could not even manage to work. So what I did was on Monday, I had put it to be administrative, where I'm meeting HODs, the head of department, so that we discuss how we can work as a government. Then on Tuesday, it is open to the public, especially for my party and the other member. I don't choose who is coming from PF or other people, because others, when I attend to them, that is when they even see that New Dawn government means well. So it is open to the public on Tuesday, Wednesday. It is the time when I go to visit, see how the schools and other places are operating. You find some desks, children at other schools, they're still sitting on the floor. As New Dawn government, quite all right, we have given some monies, CDF, but sometimes the people handling these finances, as I said earlier on to say, these people, sometimes they tend to hold on to, so that the New Dawn is seen not to be working. Otherwise, you'll find that things are not moving according to the way we want them to be moving. If you only given a chance, myself to say, today, someone I go, I find that someone is not doing the work. I just go there, I find children seated on the floor. I'll just go there, go with the bench. Tomorrow, I'll just go with the desks to say these children never used to ever sit, allow the children to sit. We'll just procure those desks, give the children so that we are seen to be working. Because with this, sometimes you find that you give the finance, the CDF, the councillors, other councillors, their PF, they are not even going to provide to do the work the way we want it. Other councillors, they want to keep the money to themselves. Other MPs will not even be able to sign these things as early as possible. I don't know, I don't really know what the problem is, but otherwise, I can assure you that if only I know that you have come on board. This is the reason why you're here. I would definitely give you my programs, how. I'll even show you as I go in these schools, as I go to visit the constituencies, I will show you what we are doing. Like today, even before I went to Shawama to give out food, I was privileged to visit Medlands Hospital. I was just visiting that hospital so that I compare our government hospitals and that hospital. In Medlands Hospital, you find nearly everything. There are even people coming from UK. I think we can even do it. With the help of the stakeholders, government alone cannot achieve the goals. We have found a lot of problems. We have a lot of problems, just on our own will not manage. But with the help of the stakeholders there, if they really want to move as a team, we can achieve only if they are coming on board so that we work with them. Otherwise, my office is very open. When you are in Zambia, please come. My office is
right there. She's right in Zambia. She can come and see you tomorrow.
Wow. You are most welcome. You come. I'm around. My office is just opposite where you get your NRSs, the bomb. Who doesn't know that office? It's the public office number 1.
I see.
Opposite Levy stay easy opposite there where you get NRSs. After the Overfly Bridge, you just ask, where's the DC's office? Where's Boma? You come there, you ask, where's the DC's office? You definitely come. And please come before you go back. I want to see you.
I will, Madam.
Thank you so much.
So I will even take you so that you visit somewhere with me. Even the flood victim, I will go with you so that I take you to say, this is what we are talking about. This is when you talk to your friends in Europe, you definitely tell them the truth to say, these people, they are telling the truth.
Yeah, we will be doing that each time one of us is in the country. We'll be calling upon you, Madam, so that we see how we can participate in the developmental projects, because we want to be part of it. You know, we are the 11th province, as you know. So we want to get involved. Madam Vice Chair, please, I see your hand. Please go ahead.
Okay. All right. I'll just take you back a little bit, Madam DC, because I want us to place emphasis on the things that the government is doing and appreciate what the government is actually doing. You mentioned here that you have offered to relocate people to safer grounds and offer them land where they can build. You also mentioned that you have offered, if I got you correct, please correct me, the government has offered to actually pay rent for people, is that correct?
Yes.
Yes, I would like to just place emphasis because I think that our people on the ground, what they really lack is information. And such information should get to them. They should be able to understand what the government is doing, or else they are being fed with very wrong information and they go out there and spread what is not true. So from this program, I want people to take home what the government is doing, which is very, very important, and it has never been done before. So this is a thumbs up. We are so grateful that our government is coming through. And this is not the first time. I think for the people that do not see what the government is doing, they just put a blind eye deliberately. I think we were also the first country, remember when during this the war in Iraq, in Ukraine and Russia, where our students were evacuated and brought home, that made us so proud. Such things should be mentioned that the people know. But back to the topic now. I just want you to emphasize again what the government is doing, because I find this very, very important, that the government is relocating people, offering them land, that the government has offered to relocate people and they themselves have said no. So when somebody is offered a solution and they say no, it is not the government's problem. I would also, maybe you can also emphasize this point where the government is actually paying rent. This has never happened. The people should hear this truth. Madam DC, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Surely, what I can only, maybe I can give you more information. The people in Kamwala, you know, that is a high class area. We have budgeted for them to say, you know, they were saying, no, houses here, you can pay them 5,000, 6,000, but no, as government, we cannot afford that. So we said, okay, you pay halfway, we pay halfway. We are going to give you 3,000 and we will give them just within this week. We will tell you to say, we have started paying them because we were just doing the final touches today. As I'm talking to, maybe tomorrow or Wednesday we will start paying out. We will give, for Kamwala, we have to give 6,000 to every household. They are 94. So we'll relocate them. And what we have done is that, okay, before that, then for Chawama, looking in the area, we were finding out from people, how much do you pay rentals? They are 500, they are 1,000 kwacha, some are 1,200, biggest houses, they are 1,500. So we said, okay, we are going to give you 1,700 times 2. But for Chawama, because there are many, they are finishing almost our budget, because at first we did not budget for 2-3 months. We were budgeting for 1 month. So we are giving 1 month for Chawama as we wait for the other month, because we want to pay for them two months. For Chawama, we'll pay 1 month while we are still looking for other funds. So for Kanyama, we have 148. We are paying for them 1,700 by 2 months because they are few. So we'll only remain with Chawama, where we will remain with another month because we'll be paying for May. This is March already. We are paying for May and June. We are paying for April and May. Obviously,
Madam Ducey, this is a short-term solution. I see you're talking about 1 month, 2 months, 1,000 here, 1,700 here, 3,000 here. What is the long-term solution? I know it will be coming in stages. Are you going to be paying quarterly to these people, or are you saying we'll pay for 6 months? In some areas like Chawama, you're paying 1 month. In Kamwala, you have 94 houses.
You're paying for 2 months.
For 2 months, you have 148. You have Kamwala, where you are paying half, where the rent is much higher than everybody else. So what What criteria
term.
are you using? Because I see, okay, the level of, what should I say? I see that the price difference, that's what you are targeting. You
Yes,
see,
yes.
in Kamala, it's high, so you give them 3,000. In Chawama, which is the lowest, I guess, you're giving them for 1 month. But in Chawama, that's where there were more people were affected, but you didn't budget for that. So my question is, how, what is the long-term plan? Because you can't keep on paying for them forever. How long do you think their members of parliament in consultation with the DC are working towards finding that land where you can construct their houses? Because it's important, just like the vice chair said, you know what, this has to be heard around the country that we are doing this job. Let it not just stay here with us who are listening and who have tuned in, but people have to know that UPND is a working government and UPND is a listening government, and it has gone out there to help all these victims. But what is the long-term solution, and how long, if not a long-term of 1 year, if you are going to do it for 6 months, what is the criteria you are using? Are you going to continue with what you're doing 1 month, 2 months, 1 month, 2 months? How is it going to work long-term? Thank you. And the UPND after me, after she has answered, you can go ahead and pose your question. Thank you.
Okay. On this one, before the president came, before the president toured the places, we had already budgeted for those people for the tents. And the numbers were very few. There were not many. And most of them were refusing to say, we don't want to be relocated. If we're to pay any MP. And what we thought was that other people were just interested in money. They will remain in those places. And you know, it's not just about to remain in the places and then we are saved. The same people, when they remain in those houses, they will have diseases. You know, you can tell even the water which is there, even today when I was going to Chawama, I could tell the water is green. The water is green, and then you allow someone to just live there and give him money to say, no, to Alan Pera who give you money. So we have said we want only those who are interested to move out. So those who were interested to move out, we have said we are ready to move out at any time. Others have even since moved out. Okay. So they just come to check their properties. So far, water is going down. And the reason why we have said, let us pay for 2 or 3 months is because in 3 months, water will completely not be there.
Right, yeah.
So since we are paying for them just for these few months, it means now, these other months coming, we are going to make sure that things are put in place. And you know, these other areas, we are putting up drainages. The drains are being put right up now. Equipments are on the ground. For some areas like Kamala, even Kanyama. But for these other areas where we are saying we have to relocate people to other areas where they can build their houses. Because at the moment we cannot say, no, we are going to remove them and go and build the houses for them. No. We don't have such kind of a budget at the moment. We are still waiting for people who are discussing, who are still planning to see how best we can help our friends.
Excellent. No, Mwawombeni.
Otherwise, even for those, there are others who think they will do away with the money, they will get away with the money, get the money, and then stay in their homes. We are going to put up measures where we will be monitoring them. They will be monitored. After giving them the money, 2 weeks, we will go, we'll send people on the ground. They will not even know who is going there. We have already put up a system where they are going to be monitored. If we find them there, this is the reason why, especially in Chawama, we are giving them only 1 month, because we want to monitor how they are going to behave.
Okay.
Yes.
No, that's a good idea. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. I don't know who it is, UPNDEC, I think it's my chair. Please go ahead.
Thank you so
Yes,
much.
Chair.
This is really wonderful. I'm so excited, and we are really thanking you for being there. You know, this is the purpose of this platform. We want to make sure that the message of good things that are being done by this government, the New Dawn government, they reach the people so that we kill this malicious propaganda our colleagues are still trying to bring about, so that we go back to where we were. No, we are refusing this, and we want to make sure that people are informed. And I'll emphasize that what my previous contributors, what they have said, we have to dismiss information. We have to give it out whenever something good has been done. Like today, I heard that retirees, is it from Tazama? Yeah, they have just got their money after 15 years of waiting. Can you imagine?
New Dawn government.
You see? So it just tells you that this was a deliberate thing to keep people in bondage for so long, not giving them what is due for them. I'll just speak, for example, of my own brother who once worked for the council. After he stopped working, up to now, they have not given him even a cent. You know, it's really terrible. I know these things, they happen, and I know what you are going through. Having experience in the Zambian government, it's not new. We know these things. The people, they used to line up to get money, and they will call someone who is dead, and they will go and get money on behalf of someone. It's not new, but we have to kill it because it is not a good thing. It has destroyed our nation. It has destroyed our morals. It has destroyed our ethics. So let's push out this information just like the way we are doing here. After this, please, let's even go more propaganda, using mouth to mouth, telling people the good things that are happening. Now, my only concern, maybe, Madam DC, what I wanted to ask, is it possible to replan Lusaka completely? Because yes, because I think that would be some kind of a long-lasting solution which can really absorb most of the problems that we are experiencing. I don't know if you are happy whenever you walk. Some of us who have lived in Kalundu, and we have relatives in Chawama or in what is this, Kanyama, you know, you see the differences. So can't we do something just to at least to change the face of the city by replanning it? For example, you people are in government, if you can plan very well, you can have land where you can build residential houses, you put people there, and you go and replan the places they are living now, so that there can be proper structures which will be helpful, so that we don't have what we are experiencing right now. And the other thing I wanted to ask Madam, this is that how is it countrywide? How are the others performing? How are they doing? Are they trying to do what you have done so far? Is there any statistics? Because this is not just Lusaka, but a national-wide problems. We saw floods almost everywhere. Even our neighboring countries have been affected. Thank you.
So
Chair.
much, Mr. Chair. I just also want to add quickly about the town planning, which I think I had asked earlier. Just to add to what the chair has said, I think it's the whole Lusaka, whether it's in Kalundu, whether it's in Chawama, whether it's in Mississippi, we see all these floodation. And unfortunately, if one of you who has ever been in Lusaka and passed around State House, that road between State House and David Kaunda Secondary School, when it rains, the cars are impassable. You can't pass them. I think you saw what happened at is it Radisson Blue Hotel? Protea Hotel. You saw what had happened. That's a modern, very recent area whereby they would have thought wisely on which way to redirect the water, because that place is even worse than it was. So I think with what the chair has said, what are your thoughts on planning? And this is where we come in. The chair is in German. You know, I'm a German Stabangala. They've got equipment. They've got equipment. Maria is in Italy. I'm in Belgium. So we can put our heads together and see how best we can come, we can help, you know? So I think the chair's question on town planning on the roads, because that area of East Park, you're saying it's new. I don't think it's 15 years old. It's not. But the water that is there is just too much. So please guide us on that. And I think after...
What has happened?
You have muted yourself. You have muted yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm saying after the DC has spoken, may we all, each one of us who has something to say, please put in your closing remarks so that we close. I know it's 21 something on this end, but it's late for the DC, so that we can leave her to have some rest up and prepare for tomorrow.
I'm enjoying. I can go up to 01.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Thank you so much.
Yes, please, ma'am, go ahead.
Chair, surely I think there are plans of leap running Lusaka, but at the moment I can't comment on that one. I'll leave it until I consult more. But in our meetings, we have been talking about it. You are very, very correct. You are very correct when you say arcades, what have you. You know, we took a day with the DMMU National Coordinator and Regional Coordinator and my peers. We went around the whole Lusaka. The day we went to visit Kamwala, we visited Chawama, it was just the whole day of visiting where there were floods. We even visited, there's one person I've forgotten to mention. There's a lady, I think if you remember very well, there was a woman with a red roof submerged in Munali in Kalingalinga. That woman, Annabella, also is a victim. We have also put her on the budget. She's alone in Munali, but we have put her on the budget. We had put her on at 3.5, and we are going to give her for 3 months. I know that where she's living, the houses are going up to 10,000, but it's up to her. For us, we are saying, no, we'll give you 3,500 for 3 months. We are going to give her 10,500. That is the woman who is making 665, because in total they are 64. So Annabella also is added there. She's the number 665. So if you go to that area of Protea Hotel, we moved there. Do you know what is happening? That house for Annabella in Kalingalinga, that was a natural stream crossing from Kablonga. But now what I'm told is someone is claiming to say that house, there's something coming under, there's water just coming underground. So we don't know how true that is. We cannot say much, but at the moment people are still researching. We'll come with a very good answer so that we can give a good report to you so that you know what is happening. But otherwise, water is just coming up to now. Even when it doesn't rain, water is just coming up. And then when you go to Manda Hill Arcades, from the time they had built that bridge, if you saw that bridge, it's making those floods to be there through and through, because the way they have put up the bridge, it's like there's something which was blocked there, and it's like they diverted. The diversion which is crossing there is very small. And when you look at the amount of water coming from Protea to cross the Great East Road, it is not sufficient to allow the water pass freely in that drain. Yeah. And then where it's going, when it crosses there somewhere in Radisson Brew, there's a hotel further which was built crossing the whole drainage. This is how, I don't know how I can call our colleagues, the former regime, the way they were doing things. They never minded. Even in a drainage, they could give you a plot to build a house. If you, one time I will definitely get photos so that I post them as we are discussing. I post something. When I say something, I will post it to you so that you see exactly what is happening. Someone just gives this or sell a plot on a drain, and you buy a plot at where you see that there's a drainage passing. Who do you think you are? You are that you cannot, the water cannot pass even when you build a very good mansion. The person who sells you is enjoying. Those people who are saying those, selling those plots, they are now enjoying. They have better farms which they are getting from other areas. They could not build their houses there, but they opted to build the houses to sell their friends, and their friends today, they are suffering. And where are they? They are nowhere to be seen. They have all run away. And this is what we are saying now, giving burden on government. Instead of us thinking about how we are going to develop this country, we are again looking back to say that there are those who are suffering there. So it's really drawing us back. So what I can only tell you is that as I research more, for now, I cannot have all the answers today, but what you should bear in mind is that New Dawn government is here to save the people of Zambia. We are doing our best. I will definitely be updating you how we are going. Yes, information is sometimes you find like the way I'm telling you these figures. In Zambia, it's very tricky to tell people to say, we are going to give these people 3,000. Then it means all of them, they will come on board to say, Panto, they are giving money. And this is the reason why somehow, before we give them, we hold on to the information. We have deliberately held on to this information. We haven't even released it to people. They just know that we are going to relocate them. And how we are going to relocate, it's not by tents, but by means of paying rentals. They don't even know how we are going to pay the rentals. But just wait. This week, just this week and next week, we are telling you to say, they will be celebrating. Those who are crying there, you know, they forget so fast others. They'll be celebrating to say, no, like today, the way they were dancing. Someone was just calling me before I started. That's the reason why I came late here. I was being called by someone who we left giving out the food stuff because I had to give about 200 because we are giving out 1,000. So I gave out 200 just to sample, and then I left the WDCs and other officers to continue. So they said we gave up to 800, we could not finish. And there were jubilation, but others, we cannot manage the whole Chawama. Even those who did not, who were not written, who were not captured, they also came screaming to say, no, you have left us. See, those are the people now who want to dent us. And yet they are not on the program. They just want to get, as I told you that, as I said to say, no, people in Zambia, they were used to get just free money and the free things. They were not buying, they were just getting free things. And now for them to be buying, it's very, very hard for them. This is the reason why you hear sometimes they're complaining, if things are now expensive. It's because they were used to just be given things to eat. It is time people should know that the way we were growing, we were working. Even when you are living in town, all of you know, even when you are out of the country, at one time you were here, you know that our parents always, they had a garden behind our homes. So this time it's not happening. This is the reason why even nutrition, I was telling them, this time they are teaching them, even when you don't have space, plant in a sack you put to soil and have a garden in your backyard. Otherwise, we are assuring you that it shall be well the government under the able leadership of Mr. Hakainde Hichilema means well. We are going to provide, we are going to deliver. This is the reason why you hear the president proudly, he tells them to say, because we are here to work. We are seated. We are not seated completely, no. It is just filling in the gap, but moving, working. All of us, and no one has a boring moment. No one is there to sit. In the government of His Excellency, Mr. Hakainde, you can't sit. You always give yourself a target to say, well, I should reach that far for me to rest. Otherwise, it's not easy. Me, I would be very happy. I know you are good people. I know even before we won, I know you people, you have been there. We could do here, no European chapter, what. Even in South African chapters, you guys, you have been doing well. Me, I know you have been there for the party, and here you are. We won, but still more, want to make sure that your government delivers. That's the way to go. There are others who have just said, no, after they won, they are not talking to us. Me, I'm very proud of you. I'm very happy that you have not just said, no, let us leave them the way they are. You still know that we need you. We need you. While you are there, we need you here. We can't work on our own. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Madam DC. We are so happy we have you here today. Very informative. Let's shame the devil. This is the moment that we need to shine and shame the devil. At Fimbo Poke, this is the time. Fimbo Poke. You know what, people shouldn't take advantage that we are such a peaceful people. We have demonstrated that we are peaceful. We have demonstrated that we are going to work hard, and we have demonstrated that ama handouts made people very, very lazy, that this is time to work. This is time to work, and all hands on deck. We are going to succeed. I'll leave the other panelists and those who have joined in. Please, if you feel you have something to say, just raise up your hand. If I miss you, somebody sees you, please let me know in the chats if there's anybody who wants to chip in. Madam DC, we are also asking through the chair, is it possible for you to help us with the DMMU, who can come and also talk about as other projects with us? We want people to know what we are doing. You know, no one will beat the drums for us but ourselves. So if you have anybody you think can help us, let this information, the developmental projects be heard around the country through our forum, please hook us up, because you are now a permanent resident on this forum. We'll be calling upon you.
I'll definitely give you a lot. Whenever you tell me we want this one, I'll definitely tell them. I'll bring them on.
Yes, we will be very, very grateful if you could do that for us, because we want to grow, and we are happy with the people that have joined us today. We are very, very happy, because we know that what will be going on slowly, bit by bit. And when people hear these assurances from you, the leader, because everybody is complaining, oh, you know, all those comments from people, because ni propaganda, like the chair said. And that propaganda, this is the forum where we'll be countering it and saying, you know what, we are people who are working, and these are the results. So thank you, Madam DC, for joining us today. Madam Vice Chair or the Chair, if you want to chip in, I'll be very grateful, so that we can let the DC go, please. Madam Vice Chair, please.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam DC. This is a rare privilege that you took time to come and join us on this platform. This was very informative for us. We have learned a lot of things, and we believe the listeners have also gotten a lot of things from you. And this is what we were looking for on this platform, to inform the people of the good things that this government is doing. We are aware that there are people on the ground that are dissatisfied, but we believe that I think that it is more of lack of such information of what the government is doing, because I think that they are not well informed, and we have taken it upon ourselves through this platform to be informing people, and having people like you share this information and be able to broadcast it to the masses. This is a rare privilege for us, and we are very, very grateful, Madam. We'll be calling on you every so often. Mr. Chair, please.
Okay, thank you so much. I really appreciate for your coming. This has been marvelous. That has been great. We are so excited to have hosted you today. I'm looking where I am so that I can come live on. Okay, there I am. Yeah, just a minute. Yes, so we are really grateful. Please, I just want you, on the behalf of the United Party for National Development, UPND, European chapter, pass our greetings to the leadership, His Excellency, the President, the Vice President, the ministers, and all those who are in authority and governing. We are here. They have our support. I have said this time and again that some of us, when we saw what was happening back home, we made a decision to say, what shall we do when a new government comes into power? How are we going to supplement them? It is not everyone who is going to be employed. That is what we should know. And we really appreciate that the government of the day is doing a lot to bring innovative ideas, like people going into farming, people going into business, and a lot. And I just want to give one example before we go. One boy today was asking me, says, can you look for a sponsorship for me? I'm a student. So I replied, I said, there is bursaries in Zambia. Why don't you go to your constituency and apply? He said, no, that is for UNZA. UNZA students. You can see the kind of misinformation that is there on the ground. Yet the bursaries is for everyone. If they are paying for secondary schools, they can give you anybody. The government is giving guarantees, just money to give, 40,000 kwacha. That's a lot of money that it can help a school-going child to pay their school fees. So let's make sure that this information is reaching the intended people who are our citizens, and they'll see then the benefit, not what they are hearing all the time. Oh, we are suffering. No, it is the people themselves. If they organize themselves, like what the president has said, that go and form cooperatives, that is the answer. Those who have formed cooperatives, they are already benefiting from what the government has done. I know, for example, some of us who follow statistics, there were about 43,000 companies in Zambia, registered companies at that time, small-scale companies. But within this short period of time, we have 250,000 plus new companies that have. All this has to come out so that people, they know these things. Apart from free education and that, there are so many other benefits. We can see we had a bit of load shedding. A solution was provided, and we want now. In this gives us time to look for proper solutions that will last for a time. And that is what we want. And that's why I made God positioned some of us to be here, because we are able to help. We are not asking for anything. What we want us to see is our people to live good lives, to live long, to be happy, to be joyful. Thank you so much. But DC, please, as our others have said, we would want other people from DMUU or any other department to come here on board and be our guests, so that we keep the place warm and make sure that we are not talkers. We are action oriented. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
For
you
your
very
own
much.
information, the
Mhm.
national coordinator is listening.
Ah, oh,
Awesome.
that's very good. That's very good.
Yes, he's listening.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Madam DC, for
Madam
coming
Chair,
again.
Madam Moderator, before you go, please, I want to emphasize, Madam Maria, please make effort to go and meet the DC as soon as
Yes.
possible.
I'll
Please.
be waiting for you, Maria.
I'm coming, Madam. It's a promise, even tomorrow.
Tomorrow, get my line so that you call me. I know that you are coming.
All right, ma'am. With pleasure.
Yes, you should
Let
get
me
my
write it.
line. It's 0977
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
77 again,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
2065.
2065.
Thank
Yes.
you.
You people,
I
you are
know-
used to put
I know
it
this
plus
number
six.
is, yeah, this number is online. It's live. So all
Yeah.
of you people who are listening, you need to call her. You need to call upon her and tell her what you need. She's not
Exactly.
a miracle worker, but she will try her best to help you in
Yes,
the
yes,
most
yes.
possible way. Because people complain that these people in positions are hiding their numbers. Here is the whole DC. Here's the whole DC on a live show, giving her number to each one of us. And I'm sure even those who haven't opened up their cameras, they've written this number down. So please, please, please get in touch with her. Get in touch with her. This is a working government. If you are not able to work, please don't call her. Yes. If you
Madam
are not
Moderator,
able to work,
for your
don't-
own information,
yes, please.
you ask anyone in Zambia, to ask them to say, if out of those people who don't answer calls, who is the best person when you call upon, she will always answer, unless I'm in a meeting. Even if I'm in a meeting, I always answer someone to say, I'm sorry, I'll call you. And they will tell you, the whole Lusaka, they will tell you to say, I think in my office, everyone is very free, and they know that it's the only office where they feel like they can come and share their burdens. I know that these other senior leaders, they answer calls, but you know, we differ. My office just attends to people. Those that have other issues,
Yeah.
I attend to people. They have Tuesday and Thursday. These are their days. It's a public day in my office, unless otherwise. So like tomorrow, Maria, I'll be waiting for you.
I'm
And
coming.
I'll come and see you.
Would like
I'll
to
come and
be
see
here.
you when I come.
Okay. You call me when you are ready.
I will. I will.
Sure.
I want to be like you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, listeners, and all those who have tuned in, you've listened.
Final remarks.
Yes, please. I can't see who it is.
Lokomana here.
Oh, hello. Please go ahead. We can't see you. Please go ahead.
Oh, sure. Sorry for really interjecting at Kwena.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't see you.
No problem, moderator. Information wa Mambat Pera, our heroine, Mantini, I state program without airing my 1 minute remarks. Mayo Epashiri Pakuleka. And in a champa pusha chakwebati UPAD is less than 2 years in power. A solutions must over full share. With lead, you found an empty treasury.
Yes.
But she didn't to ingira mwafolesha. To ingira mwapera epashi pabrika. Ichipingo chandati uyo chinga chita trust patuno na pafikusha come trust. I can tell you by the end of 5 years mweba fiashi. Na wa opposition baka matkwena ifwe just apaliapa. Then one thing I want to propose, In a position ku chapter ni BITE means Business, International Trade and Education, which engages connectivities between Zambia and Europe. Hello, twali mu take over Fumilemo, twale shama efforts, not that I was part of take over Fumilemo, no, just being a Zambian, seeing what is good in Germany, trying to take it back home. Twale leta ma proposals ya kubati, na tuanda kare no take over ku Germany at the highest level. No take over ku Germany, in fact, we found that I've got permission ku take over ku Zambia. Bamisumisha, if we are able to do this for Zambia. But alas, to cut the story short, basala that kanshi if you morelanda balukomala just to penny drama bosheni ilo tola mpera go ahead no by to towa that we find la makulia towa finisho now echo ndefano okulanga lichi to close on mweba chashi mwachanda statement yakubati as government etimkwalishe imirimo mweka especially ama floods na pa district level netyashala. My proposal, why don't we do this? Why don't you spearhead ukuchita partner ama districts mu Zambia? Probably can start with Lusaka, nama districts ya diaspora. For instance, certain districts ama councils, ku Germany, ku Austria, we've got a great man there, Honorable Musha, Vamusha. Can find Australia, ama district ya Australia to partner with Luacha district, Chingola district, and so on and so forth.
Exactly.
Germany, Hamburg Rathaus, kunoteta chama Rathaus. Hamburg Rathaus, yarasta partner na Lusaka. Stuttgart Rathaus, yarasta partner. There's nothing impossible. Umusungu, especially wako noku Scandinavia na kuma Germany, wako attention. Tawafa kuileta ngama British nango, ama Americans. Wafa mabatashani, mabata approach. If I create whatever approach, but we got disappointed. No, we take over if you mune womba, if we are able to go back and knock on their doors, not under the new Dawn government, which is willing to partner. But some of the problems are floods. When a good partnership, district ya ku Hamburg ya muna Stuttgart or Bayern, atukulia menshi, mshikuti for kama machine. So what I can propose is, with the indulgence of my chairperson here, vice chairperson and our European team, let us start from a certain point whereby tuchita empower by not money, no, like chair bachilanda word of written. We are Lusaka district would love to partner Naba Hamburg, Naba Australia, Naba Nan, if we are able to go on our toys to run up and down, deliver the message, and make sure that about to step up primary districts, Gabaka 100, 200, there's a Talaram Kwai, about 5, 10 Wakasuka, and that will be a big milestone. And greetings, Kubuteko, His Excellency Akanje Chema, the Vice President, High Excellency, and the entire UPN. Minimum level. Mwali tusanfera mfeba ikala ku diaspora kuno Zambia aliwa mwabi wako to mwewa chiashi.
Oh, thank you so much, Evans.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Evans. Anybody else?
It's
Anybody?
me.
Oh, Maria, please.
Yes. Good evening once more. You see, I just wanted to concur with Mr. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Mr. Yes, what he has said. This is exactly what was mentioned or what was proposed in the Secular Economy Conference, which was held in February, that we need to partner with other municipal councils out there, and so that we can have the best practices. And it's true. I'll give an example that the invitation is needed. We need to show the people out there that they're welcome. And so it's not just them to say, here I am, like Superman to have come. No, they feel shy, not shy anyway. But I think me too, I have been taught to pave the way through an invitation. So when I come tomorrow, I'll shed more light about how real these invitations are that side. And then the best is just on our side. Thank you.
Yeah, but DC, please
Ma'am.
bear with us. Mailo Marianga is alande chwembe chachi Italian. So, alande tsungu ne chwembe chachi Italian.
It's okay to come for. Oh, yeah. To Adivelela, we meet a lot of people, different people. Nama Chinese in Gavaisa, Tulomfwa.
No, for cry.
Tulomfwa.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very good idea, you know. I like the idea. You don't know what you are doing. You are opening my, I don't know. You know, I like the idea. In most cases, you find that there's an invitation, London, there's not London, sometimes New York, sometimes what, Kigali. Last year they had invited, the problem they always want to put the mayor. And you know the mayor is PF. You call someone who is the mayor, who is a PF, who is not of our liking. She goes to that country to go and learn how she can bring development to this country. Do you think she can even do that? She won't. She has been going to several countries to see how they are doing. You know, she was invited in Kigali, in Rwanda. She went to learn how Kigali became the most cleanest, and yet it was in war. But if I had gone there myself, do you think I would have sat on the information? I would have made sure that my government takes it up and make use of it. And these are the things which you are talking about, Mr. Lukomana. That's a very good suggestion. You pair me with a certain city, that person will be giving me ideas until I'll make sure that my city also looks like it, where they are coming from. That's a very, very nice, brilliant idea. I like it. In Zambia, we have 117 DCs. And out of these 117 DCs, quite all right, in Lusaka, whenever we meet as DCs, if they meet in Lusaka, I become the biggest DC. Even if we don't meet in Lusaka, they call me, I'm the big DC. Then seconded by Kitwe. The Kitwe one is my second. So this is how we have been working. And then out of these DCs, we have Dean of DCs. In Lusaka, I'm in charge of all the DCs in Lusaka. In Kitwe, in Copper Belt, there is a Dean of DCs who happens to be Lawrence Mwanza. So what I can do, I can only first, after you ask me to say today we want this topic, I will deliberately call upon a certain person who you want. If you want a certain person, I will look around until I give you, but I would also love a time where you are going to say, can we have the Dean of DCs? Because in most cases, we are invited as the deans. We are more like in charge of the DCs. So every province has got a Dean of DCs. In Southern Province, there is in Chimunya, Sinazongwe DC is the Dean of DCs for Southern Province. In Western Province, there's Imasiku, that is the Dean of DCs. In Muchinga, there is the Mr. Mutale, is Dean of DCs. Then in Luapula, Luapula is Mutale. Then in Muchinga, we have Mr. Swale. And then in Northwestern, we have Kamona. And then in Central, we have Lennox Shimwambwa. Then in Eastern Province, we have a lady. We are just two ladies. Dean of DCs, we are two ladies. Myself and Elizabeth, Elizabeth, Elida Mwanza, the wife to the son to the late President Lupia Banda. Elida, yes. I think Northern Province, we have got Risto Mshembe. Those are the people who are Dean of DCs. We are 10 of us. I can mention them by name and province, and I know them very well. So these people, I can always, if you want this one, I can bring to say, no, talk to this one as well. Whichever district you want to talk to, I'll always bring them on board. I have all the numbers, so I can provide, and even when you want to share, I can provide the list, and then you match them, you give us the information, we can always deliver to them.
Oh, thank you so much, Madam DC. I saw Brenda's hand, and I'll pass on the baton to Brenda. Brenda, are you there? I think Brenda is not there. Anybody else before we close?
Hi, the moderator. Sorry, I can't put my face. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you loud.
I was just telling the little one. Yes, really, I've been listening through, and I'm really thankful to Madam DC for coming on board. I personally had never thought of actually going to the DC's office when I'm in Lusaka, because I get all confused with the coordination of these offices between the mayor's office, district commissioner, and in this case, we are tackling the flood situation where disaster management committee is in there. And I'm sure this kind of confusion is also among other citizens. So I'm really grateful that, Mom, you came to clarify so open-mindedly and so open and inviting to your office that we can still tap into that office for further collaborations. I'm also in Germany, and really, I think I'm just excited. I'm just excited that we have you there that is able to say, yes, you come to me, the others are not answering their phones or not honoring the appointment, but I am here, and believe you me, we have your number and we'll be able to reach out to you.
Thank you so much.
My thing is definitely this coordination confusion that has to be clarified, maybe in future also to let the audience out there know that you also play a role in contributing to curbing such kind of disasters when they occur in terms of preparedness. There's also an issue with community sensitization programs. Who's running those community sensitization so that we are prepared even beforehand, before we reach these situations where we are calling displacement mitigation measures and things like that. I think there's more into planning that also needs to be done. From my view, if there's any kind of help, it's not always about money and donations. I think help in terms of offering resources and just connections to say, whether it's Red Cross, how do you help our constituencies in Lusaka as an example? What structures do we have? Where do we need to target sensitization programs to be warned beforehand, or to take up certain activities that are going to help us prevent those disasters after effects afterwards? I think we are open. We are here in this group. I'm happy that we all have different strengths and we work in different organizations. We have different connections where we are here, and honestly, we are ready to offer whatever linkages or networking opportunities. So I just wanted to say, I'm so happy you came here to offer your services and say, please get in touch with me. Even if I'm in my sleep, I'll wake up to answer your call.
Sure.
So I really appreciate. Next time I'm there, I'll also walk
Visit
through your
my
office
office.
and
Don't ignore it,
share
please.
ideas on
Sure,
networking.
sure.
For sure. We appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Moderator, one thing which I should mention is that, the president is a very good man. From the time we won elections, you remember that people were suggesting that DCs should not be there. We were fought right, left, and but the president stood
Firm.
firm to say, these are my people. And he has been very supportive. He is one person who has been there, even telling the MPs, some MPs don't like us. Some of the MPs are threatened, some, like in my case here, some MPs who can be threatened because there are 7 constituencies. Who is going to be threatened? Do they know where I want to go and stand after my my tenure of office? I may think of going to stand as an MP. If I want to go and stand, do they know which constituency? But now where there is one constituency, they are very, very jittery, that they are scared of unknown, you see. They didn't want us. Some of them, even when you meet, so they cannot even talk to you. But otherwise, at the moment, the president has made them to understand that we are just one and we have to work as a team. There's no need of differing. Time for campaigns is not now. He has clearly put it to say that DCs are my people. And we are there for real to see exactly. We are on the ground, and we are also somewhere where we can exactly tell to say, this is exactly what is happening. Our offices are still infiltrated with these people who are from the former regime. They are very rigid to release whatever they had. They cannot accept to say, now we have a different government. They still hold on to all the things. But otherwise, our president has stood firm to tell whoever doesn't want the DCs doesn't want me. Therefore, he has made nearly everyone now to start coming to us. Otherwise, this is how good our president has been defending us. We really appreciate, as I'm talking to you, the CDF, it's controlled by the same people. We have no say. As a DC, I just have to go and monitor the projects, which I don't know how it was implemented. So this is the reason why our president is saying, no, I want the DC to be part of the decision-making in the CDF, because she's the one who is who monitors those projects and reports it to the president. This is what is happening. So very soon we'll be sitting in those CDF committees. Though they were resisting for us to sit, but they have no choice, because the boss has said to say, no, these are my people who are going to be monitoring, let them sit. So that even as you decide, they know what they are going to be monitoring. We really appreciate he has been there for us. He has been really supportive to us. Otherwise, we are going to be an island on our own. Thank you so much.
Oh, Madam DC, thank you so much. We can't thank you enough. We projected our meetings every time for 1 hour, but today we have gone to 2 hours.
You have brought a card in the uniform of a civil servant.
No, meaning that this topic was very, very good, and it needed to be discussed extensively. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for your participation. We will be knocking on your doors. We are many. We are many from our constituency, the 11th province. We are many, and we'll be knocking on your door from time to time. Please tell others, tell your colleagues about us. Tell them about what we are doing. We want them to come on board. We want to spread the good news. This is a platform where we can tell what the people like you, the DCs, are doing. People like our people in government, what they are doing. This is the this Vamunsha had that. He brought something good on the table when we were campaigning. But since there is this one also, please help us to disseminate information that is good, that people need to hear, so that propaganda counter.
Yeah.
That's the whole purpose of this of this group. We want to show the works of UPND. UPND, yeah, in power. This is our time. Give us that opportunity, because no one is an island. You can't work alone. We can't work. We can't work alone. We can talk about some communes, Germany, Belgium, Italy, but without you, we can't go anywhere. And we are appealing to you, Madam DC, to help us achieve our dream, because it's a collective dream. You know, let's change the narrative. We are who we are now because you are us and we are you.
Exactly.
And because you are us, we are you, we are the presidents of
Yes.
our president. So please let them know that anything can be delayed. We were delayed for such a long time. This is our time. Let's make use of it. Take advantage of us being here, because there are so many people who are in the diaspora who do not want to have anything to do with their countries. But here we are. Like we don't want jobs. We want vision Yava president to be known, not only in Zambia,
But all over.
only in Zambia, but the world over. These days, when I say I am Zambian, I am proud.
Yes,
yes. Who was in the rain? He didn't want an umbrella, you know? So he is known, and he is not yet known. The world will worship him because he is a game changer. So through the chair, thank you so much for coming. Everybody, thank you for your participation. My name is Regina Mukondola from Belgium, and good evening to you all, and see you soon.
Thank you so much. And thank you,
Mama
everyone.
DC. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you, ma'am. God bless you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay.
Raka no rimbo.
Wakana?
Raka.
At least Luakana.
Okay, it is.
That's our DC. Invited the card.
It is Ghana.
Okay, Fumen Party Live, Kabiri, Fumen Party Live.